welcome to your love and romance forecast for August 2019. This is general, guys. Some of it may resonate, all of it may resonate, little may resonate, but if Spirit has brought you here, I promise you there's at least one message in here for you. You may not be a Virgo. You may be spying on a Virgo in your life. You're more than welcome to stick around and watch, but keep in mind I do specific cross-watcher videos, so if you click on the link in the description after this video, if you want to continue the investigation and research, you can watch the cross-watcher videos. But we're going to see what's happening for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. August 2019, my dears and my darlings. One more shuffle. One more shuffle. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So your first card here is 8 of Cups. Virgo, this is such a Virgo card. Like, even though it's a water card and you guys aren't a water sign, this is such a friggin' Virgo card. It's not even funny. Virgo, you guys are constantly about improvement and something better and something better and something better, right? Like, you might even sometimes get a reputation of being a nitpicker. Oh, you only see the negative, or oh, you're always telling me what to change. You guys have an eye for picking out what can be done better or what can be improved. And 8 of Cups is this card where, like, to me, I call it like your wish came true, but now what? Like, you were working so hard on something and you finally got it. And once you got it, you're like, but it didn't make me feel the way I thought it was going to make me feel. It didn't bring me the satisfaction I thought it would. It didn't make me happy like I thought I would. And now you feel something is missing and you're searching. Okay? I'm going to just be very blunt about it, Virgo. Some of you may be having like buyer's remorse with the relationship. Like, you may have really invested in something, and maybe it's not the person itself. Maybe it's just being in a relationship. Like, everything seemed ideal, or everything seemed perfect. This seemed to be the perfect circumstance or the perfect scenario, perfect person. But now that it's here, you're like, something is missing. Something is missing, and you don't know what it is, and you're trying to figure out what it is, and that's like making you a little bit crazy. The thing with 8 of Cups is, what is missing, it's always the same. You don't know what's missing, but what's missing is always the same thing. It's the emotional connection, it's the spiritual connection, it's the fulfillment, right? You were placing maybe a lot of importance on finances or title, or like, bank account, or living in a certain neighborhood, or having a certain car, or having a certain kind of trophy spouse, or like whatever, and it's happened and it's left you feeling very empty because you've attached your happiness to very temporary or empty things that don't have a whole lot of substance. Okay, you've like spent all your grocery money on bubblegum pretty much, and now you're hungry, you're friggin' starving, and all you have is bubblegum. Like, that's the situation some of you have found yourself in. Now, this isn't coming in like doom and gloom to upset you or freak you out. This is coming in to see what can be done to fix it, okay? Your next card here is 5 of Pentacles. Virgo, my darling, you are just feeling like, what in the heck am I gonna do? 5 of Cups is feeling really left out in the cold, okay? Like, you're ready to leave the security of the situation because it's leaving you feeling very empty. I call 5 of Pentacles my Wizard of Oz card, my Jeff Bezos card, because Wizard of Oz, it's like, she was out, she was lost, she was looking for guidance, she was looking for help, and she ended up meeting these magical friends that they had this really strong bond with, and they had this journey enlightenment, and they learned and they grew together. And 5 of Pentacles is very much that energy. You're out in the unknown, you don't know what's going on, you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, things are very uncertain, but you come across soul family. You come across very strong connections, very strong relationships that are very long-lasting, meaningful, true connections. I call it the Jeff Bezos card because it's like also like you might have a lot of fear about finances and you might be starting over in some way. But little do you know that these are, times when you're going to develop your strongest allies, and you're going to look back one day and kind of laugh at, oh, like little did we know what we were on to then, and man, were they tough days, or man, when we were struggling, we didn't know the success we were going to come into. And I say Jeff Bezos because, he started his business out of his garage with his wife, and albeit they're not together anymore. If you believe the reports, they're still very great friends, and you could imagine that maybe that could happen, you know, building a big empire together. But, you know, you look back at that and you think, oh my goodness, how did I know that this little business I was doing out of my garage was going to become this $1 billion like empire, you know, whatever. And I'm not saying Amazon is perfect. I know they're getting a lot of heat. There's things they need to change. I'm not like saying Amazon is the standard that we all need to like live our life in that way or run businesses in that way. That's not what I'm saying. I'm simply saying Five of Pentacles is you're going out into the unknown, and it will lead you to happiness, but there's going to be this struggle before the happiness. There's going to be this uncertainty. There's going to be this up and down, right? But if you stay true to the course, you're aligning with soul family, you're connecting with soulmates, you're coming into life purpose, you're coming into life path, you're coming into abundance, fulfillment, all that good stuff. But initially, those first few steps out into the cold is terrifying. And that's the energy some of you Virgos are finding yourselves in. Your next card here, don't get mad at me, is the Death card. All right, Virgo, some of you are dealing with a very significant soulmate that needs to be addressed, who is a Scorpio. Okay, I don't like to get too attached with the astrology of the cards because I always say it could be their moon or their rising or their Venus, and we don't always know what somebody's moon or rising or Venus is. And it might not be astrologically, but some of you may be dealing with a Scorpio because the Death card does stand for Scorpio. Overall, this is a transformation. Like, regardless of if you're dealing with a Scorpio or not, this is kind of like something that needs to be addressed where it needs to be ended. It needs to be done. Okay? And there's going to be a rebirth that comes out of it. The reason why the Death card signifies Scorpio is because Scorpio are like the phoenix rising of the zodiac. Like, they have died many deaths in one life, but they've always come back. They've always reinvented themselves. They've always like just really kind of risen out of those obstacles or those challenges. And you are coming into energy, Virgo, you know, but something needs to be cleared out of the way. There's a transformation that's happening here. Some of you have been trying really hard to keep this relationship together, but the Death card means that you've changed so much to where you just can't. There's nothing left of the old you to be able to bind yourself to this relationship. So it's becoming harder to accept it, to embrace it, to be with it. And you may be coming into the energy where you're just ready to flat out, like, just be done with it, or, you know, move on. It's something has run its course. There's nothing left here for it. Your next card is the Empress. And the Empress is creating. It's feminine energy. It's beauty. It's expression. It's major arcana, so there could be a new soulmate that's coming in. Okay, you might be dealing with somebody new coming in, somebody who maybe is enticing you. You might be wanting to go in this new direction because you're feeling a connection with this person. But I'm going to go ahead and pull clarifiers to see in what way is Virgo going to be experiencing the Empress in August 2019 in the area of love and romance. And what way is Virgo going to experience the Empress in August 2019 in the area of love and romance? Oh, Queen of Wands. Third party, Virgo. 10 of Wands. And 9 of Pentacles. You're wanting some time alone to go live your life. Some relationship is becoming too much stress for you, and you don't want it. And you're seeing this Empress here who is really more of like a temptress to you, or you're being a temptress to somebody else, whether or not you're trying to be. But typically, you know, this is clearly a situation where somebody's not feeling fulfilled, and they're very tempted to go outside of the relationship to make this happen. Some of you are being pursued by this person because they see you, like this 9 of Pentacles here, that you're very confident, you're very content in your life, you're not really looking for anything from anybody, and that is very like desirable to them. Like they love that energy about you, and they think it's pretty magical, and they might have you on a bit of a pedestal, and trying to figure out how to approach you because it's so alien to them. You know, they may be very used to people who are very needy or clingy or using them in some way, and they're wanting to break out or escape from that life. The thing that you need to keep in mind, Virgo, I think some of you are dealing with a person where, you know, maybe you're not the one who has buyer's remorse in a relationship. They have buyer's remorse in a relationship, and they're coming after you, Virgo. They're coming after you because, like, they see you as this Nine of Pentacles. They see you as this Queen of Wands. They're feeling in that Ten of Wands, heavy, stressed out, beaten down energy, and you're just this breath of fresh air, right? Because you're handling your business, you're in a good place, you're passionate about your life, or vice versa. You may feel this way about somebody else. This is the thing. Don't let them fool you, or don't fool yourself, depending on where the energy falls for you in your circumstances or scenario. This is not someone who is at the core or at the soul or at the heart of it saying, I'm unhappy with this relationship, therefore I'm going to leave it and attach myself to a new person. This person is going through the death cycle, and that relationship could very well end at some point, but it might be a bit of a process, and they're coming into the energy with you in like Queen of Wands, and that's not typically always like a steady relationship card. This is passion, this is lover, this could be a secret love affair. If you're looking for something where you're going to be able to like meet somebody's family or spend time together, or build a future together, they just really love how independent you are, and they love spending time with you, and they like being around you, but that works for them. So if you're in this mindset of, okay, well, they're going to leave this unhappy relationship and they're going to marry me and we're going to have a bunch of babies and be in the white picket fence and the whole 9 yards, it's probably not going to happen in that way, because they love the life you have, and they want to be a part of it, but they want it to stay in that way, right? Like, because they're feeling like they have this remorse, or they're feeling very weighed down. So and again, this is a general reading, Virgo. Don't get mad at me. Some of you are like, I hate you so much right now, Amethyst. It might not apply to you, but, I have to say what comes up. And some of you are in a situation where somebody's been stringing you around for a while, and they may be telling you the truth. They may hate their spouse. They may not be able to stand their spouse, right? But, this is a situation that they're going to keep both these things going for a while. Or at least once they do break away, they're not going to be in a hurry to move in with somebody again. They're not going to be in a hurry to get married. They're not going to be in a hurry to have like a traditional kind of relationship, right? They love this idea of you being a strong, independent person and getting to be a part of your life, and you not needing them. Like they like that. They like that way that it's been. And so you need to think about, okay, does this work for me or not? All right. But, chances are this is somebody who's not in the energy where they're ready to really maybe come in with like super, super stable offering for you. Yep. Look at this. Look at this. Two of Wands. Two of Wands. They're not making a decision just yet. They're balancing out the two. They don't know what they want to do yet. They're still looking at the options. They're in between. They're going back and forth. Do I want a divorce? Do I want to stay married but like live separate lives? Do I want to have an open relationship? Do I want to leave this marriage, and do I want to go into another relationship? Do I want to leave this relationship and, get married to somebody else? Do I want to stay single? Like, what do I want to do? They don't know what they want to do. They don't know what they want to do, right? You can't just assume that because someone is miserable in a relationship, they're going to leave. You, Virgo, are very intelligent. And, that might be what you would do, right? Because you're like, well, I'm going to hold out for better. And if this isn't bringing me what I want, then I'm going to go find better. You guys are good about that. But either, or if you're a Virgo in this situation, don't fool this other person. Be honest with them. Be honest with them. If you're in the situation where you're just like, you don't know what you want to do, they need to know. Because somebody here is miserable, but they're not ready to leave. And the other person thinks, oh, you're so miserable, it's any day now, we're going to run off together and have this traditional life together. And that's not the case. Someone's not on board. And if you're the one who's not on board, you need to be honest about this. You need to be open about this. There's enough cards here to tell us that you have a strong connection. There's lots of passion. There's strong connection, but this is not moving in the way that at least one of you is wanting it to move. Let's pull clarifiers. In what way is Virgo going to experience Two of Wands in August 2019 in the area of love life? And you have Eight of Wands. There's going to be a talk. There's going to be a communication. There's maybe passion, fiery energy. I can't make this up, guys. Four of Cups. Sure enough, in Six of Pentacles. You guys are going to have a talk. It's going to come out into the open. And one of you is not happy with what's being offered. Four of Cups, this isn't flying for me. I'm expecting that you're going to leave and we're going to be together. And you're just offering me this pseudo commitment, or you're offering me this well, I'm not really with them, but I'm with you, but things are complicated. And one of you is not buying it. One of you is I don't want it. No, thank you. Look at that Four of Cups. She's not accepting that fourth cup. She doesn't even want to see it. She doesn't even want to look at it. She's so not interested. She's not about it at all. And then Six of Pentacles is the other person is thinking, okay, well, I'm going to reel you back in with my generosity. I'm going to drop some coin here. I'm going to wine you and dine you. I'm going to give you some present. I'm going to do something to show you in some way that you're special. And so this is somebody who might be trying to buy your love, okay? Or at least buy your patience. Or, they might not be showing up, or they might not be ready to give you what you want emotionally, and they're trying to compensate here financially. Is this gonna work for you? It's your decision to make. I can't tell you what to do, Virgo. If you like it, if it works for you, by all means, go ahead. But if that's not a fair trade for you, if you're like, you know what, that still doesn't do it for me, don't stay here waiting for this person to change, because chances are this is the kind of person who's not gonna, if they're gonna change, the only way they're gonna change is if you walk away from this, and if that gives them enough motivation to make the change. But they're going to want to continue this, right? It's already here, it's already in the relationship, and they're going to try to just keep milking it. They're not going to come out of their comfort zone, because this is the current agreement. It's up to you to decide if you want to continue with that agreement or not, but you have walked into this agreement, okay? And just because somebody is a soulmate, and just because there's a strong connection, that doesn't mean that that's the only soulmate you're going to have, or that's the only time you're ever going to feel that strong connection. We have many soulmates, right? Do you want to stay on this level of soulmate, or do you want to have an amazing connection with the next level soulmate? That is up to you. The ball is in your court on that one. But this is someone who, they might be miserable, but they're still not ready to leave, okay? And they might not be ready to leave for a while, and you need to really ask yourself, how am I going to feel 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 6 years from now, if I'm still in this situation? Is it going to be worth it? Do I love the person enough to where it's going to be worth it? By all means, go ahead. But if you're going to look back later and say, oh my God, I wish I could have those 5 years of my life back because this isn't what I wanted, then this might be the time to nip that in the bud. It's up to you, my dears. Watch your moon sign and rising sign video. It might resonate with you more. Maybe this one didn't resonate with you so much. Watch your weekly forecasts. You may need a private reading. If that's the case, click on the Calendly link in the description. You can go ahead and schedule a reading there. In the meantime, my darlings, I'm wishing you a fabulous month. Don't forget to check out your weekly forecasts. And I'm hoping that those of you who are in this situation, I'm going to be praying for you, sending you love and light, that you can do what's going to ultimately bring you the most happiness. Because I know it's not an easy decision to make, but you got this, okay? You got this. Keep in mind, lots more soulmates out there. And just think about it. Think about what you want to do, my dears. Take care. Have a lovely August. See you in the weekly readings.